The first date went really, really well, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, because we were planning the second date straight away.
You'd walked into the room and, you had brilliant smiles. It's one of the first things I noticed. Couldn't be bothered in terms of what we wanted to eat. I said, oh yeah, okay, there's cake. Right, okay, we'll just eat cake. So we'd spoken on text for a couple of months. There were photographs of Jen where you could see the scar. I asked you, I said, is everything okay? Is that just I think questions about it. And you're really good, you're open and honest, and sometimes I think it must have been quite difficult.
You didn't seem fazed at all, and you just kind of said, I'm really sorry that you've been through all this stuff. It's horrible to hear about your health, but I think you're really interested and I want to see if we can make a go of this. I was diagnosed at 15 with my brain tumour. I'd been to the GP over 22 times over about 2 years with the same symptoms. So I started to feel like my body was letting me down. It just wasn't working the way it was meant to. I was just continuously dismissed as a hormonal or stroppy teenager. I think the worst treatment that had an effect on me, I would say, would be the steroid treatment. I had a 12-week course. I took the first 3 days and my face was so round and swollen. I did some more research. It's something they call moon face, where you get a lot of water retention. In the end, I'd gained 3.5 stone. I'd gone from being a size 12 to nearly a size 20. I just was very low in myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I couldn't adapt to how I looked. I just wore big baggy clothes all the time. And I kind of lost all kind of physical contact with anyone other than doctors. Yeah, I just kind of had dismissed that anyone would ever want to be in a long-term relationship with someone who had a brain tumour because of the risks. When I met Callum, he's opened it up, so I'm confident to be a person and a woman.
The idea of a brain tumour didn't really faze me. I think you treat it as secondary. You don't date someone based on their health. You ask them out because you're attracted to them. If I'm dating Jen, I'm dating the whole of Jen. I'm not just dating the bit where this doesn't include a brain tumour. That's what I asked Jen.
Meeting Callum definitely did boost my confidence. I was at a time where I was heavier than I'd ever been. People were starting to consider me less of a woman. They weren't asking how I was, how my day was, saying I looked nice. It's just, how is your health? Have you had any more news? When are you next at the hospital? And I started to feel like I was just a number, just a patient, and that I'd lost my identity completely. Callum changed that straight away. I feel like an actual person again. I feel like a woman, and I am Jen now. I'm not just, female brain cancer patient in bed 15 on ward 5. I think now we're 2 years later and our relationship's just grown so much. Being with Callum, he really taught me how just to be confident again. I do believe massively now that there is someone for everyone. You just have to meet when the paths are right for both of you.
One of the most rewarding things about sort of being in love with you is that to look at you and see how happy you are now and say, that you're so much more than a patient. You are a woman that you deserve to be loved. And I'm quite happy to do that. So I just think life is really, really good with you. It is good. So now tell me how great I am. Tell me, go on.